Hey there. This is Danette Moss, Business Systems and Implementation Strategist, aka the Strategy Lady, over at Let's Talk Strategies, home of the SaaS Factor. Always excited to come on and join what I consider valuable information that not only you can use in your business, but that you can share with someone else. Today, I'm excited to share the sales equation, which consists of four core components. The first one is lead magnet, second, conversations, then we have conversions and delivery. It equals success, y'all. So I'm glad to just get down to the nitty gritty here. Again, if you're just now joining, I am Danette Moss, your host here at Let's Talk Strategies over on E360 TV and the Limelight TV, and of course, the Let's Talk Strategies TV show. I am a mother of five, grandmother of five, and two grand dogs. Yeah, my oldest son, he has two dogs. And y'all, guess what? I'm going to tell you, I believe I'm the one that can really get down into just about any topic when it comes to the business sector and it comes to things such as overwhelm, is because I understand first and foremost what it feels like to be overwhelmed. I just gave you my small resume right off the top. Mother of five, grandmother of five. That means I got a pretty busy life. And again, I know what it feels like to be overwhelmed. And this is why my goal of today and every day is to help you go from overwhelmed to putting your business on rinse and repeat. All about that. Time is of the essence. It's time to stop all that stop and start. So today on our conversation here on Let's Talk Strategies with Danette, we're going to talk about the four core components of a successful sales process, which is the sales equation. The first one is lead magnet, conversations, conversions, and delivery. Let's go ahead and let's jump on into the lead magnet piece. Okay. Now, lead magnet piece is something that I truly believe it's something that it can be free and it can be paid for. Okay. I don't want you to think that all of your lead magnets have to be paid for. But when we think about types of examples of lead magnets, they can be something as simple as a guide, an ebook, video, or a webinar. They can even be an email series or a video series. They can be something that can be dripped out. It can be something that you can actually mail out. It's really up to you when it comes to that lead magnet. But the key thing is you need to make sure that that lead magnet provides what I consider a solution to that target audience, that ideal client's pain point. So we talk about and we hear about this thing called pain points all the time, but it needs to be a solution to the pain point, something that's going to help them resolve that pain. So a great example of um, a guide, or I'm going to use an example of the health coach because I've been hanging out with some health coaches lately. And when we think about a lead magnet that a health coach can give, and you just kind of put it into your perspective for whatever it is, your service that you provide. If I was a health coach, a good lead magnet that a health coach could use could be tips on healthy eating. It could be a free meal plan. I mean, listen, I can really go deep into that, but you get where I'm coming from. Think about something that's of value that will help them. And because you're providing them good quality information up front, this helps you establish what everybody talks about, which is that know, like, and trust. But you just truly solidified it because you provided them something of value. So you're already establishing it. One, you're showing your expertise, but you're giving them something of value and just not fluff, right? You need it to be that something that's going to be something of value that lets you have that good, great credibility, right? Making it more likely for what? For that now customer or potential customer to want to sew into you, be that customer somewhere down the line. So remember, lead magnets can be paid or they can be free. Nonetheless, it's your responsibility and you should want to make sure that it is of value. Because now when you do offer something that costs, it's going to be a no-brainer for them to want to join in. So why are lead magnets more important than just what I just gave you a moment ago? Lead magnets are important not only from just the ideas, so ideation, we think about the creation, we think about the promotion side. When I'm giving a lead magnet, especially when I was out on Clubhouse and I would run into people and they just didn't know where to start, if I would say, get what's in your head out of your head down on paper, right? You got to get clarity. Write the vision and make it plain so then we'll see it can run with it. But if you don't know what it is you're doing, how are you expecting for someone else to run with it, right? For me, when I have those lead magnets out there, identifying your business activities, the main reason is one, to help. But then the second reason is to graduate you from one spot to the next, move you from social media to my email list. I'm building my email list. Why? It's because it allows me to nurture. It allows me to communicate. It allows me to stay on top of things with them, to tell them what's next. It's that whole thing. It's just that bond. It's communications. It allows me to do what? Convert them to a paying customer. These are just three reasons why lead magnets are important. Once you have a good lead magnet in place, it also allows you to segment your audience. I can really truly tell where you're coming from, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's Facebook, whether it's uh, Clubhouse. When I give that freebie or that paid lead magnet, I can literally put you in different sections. We call it segmenting in the marketing world or in the business world to see where you came in. And I can even see if you opened up the lead magnet, how long you stayed there, what you read, what you clicked off. These things are so important. It helps you with your KPIs. You want to know what's really truly performing. And lead magnets help me when I come to communicate with people via, like, if I'm mailing something out to them. It allows me to deliver more of that personalized type content to them. It's golden. I'm telling you, lead magnets. Why? It's because it's going to help that business stay running, girl. You got to keep it going. Providing the value that you need to provide is going to be key, though. And I got to just hone in on that and just keep honing in on it. Remember, value, giving them something of value sets you up. It gives you the credibility that you need to have. It helps you establish the trust and authority with your target audience, making it much more easier for you to continue to build that relationship and ultimately do what? Convert them into a paying customer. Let's go to the second core component of the sales equation, and that one is conversations. Yeah, I know we hear people talking about it goes down in the DM. It goes down in the DM, it goes down on the phone, it goes down everywhere at a networking event, wherever you are. Conversations, aka communications, is key. It's extremely important. Effective conversations are key to building strong relationships with your potential customers. So, types of conversations that you can really, really think about. Let's see, when you think about sales. Again, I'm going to use the health coach format because I've been dealing with a lot of health coaches lately. If you are an example, if you are a health coach and you're targeting other female entrepreneurs who want to improve on their wellness, you could start a conversation with with leading by current challenges. Ask them what their current challenges are, what their goals are, right? And then you actively listen to that, and then you provide valuable insights. That builds a relationship. It establishes you as the authority in your field, but it also gives you information because you're listening and you're allowing them to speak, and then you're providing the information, the conversations, and the communications. You can take from that communication, that live case study, I consider it, and then you can turn around and you can use it and share good tips from it. Still a conversational piece, right? You can ask for feedback in that when you share a post on topics such as that. Get people included in that. Don't let it just be about you. Get them involved in the conversations, right? Why? It's because it's going to help you know what it is they really need and want. It's not just about you. I know we feel like it, yeah, and we're good at what we do and what we say we're good at, but It really does happen in conversations and communications for you to know what it is that these customers or potential people really truly need. And in that way, you can provide the right type of things that they need. You can really address their concerns and their needs. Encourage other people to also share, encourage them to share in the conversation. So, why do you feel this way, Danette? Why do you feel overwhelmed? What do you think you could do better? Encourage conversations, encourage them to share. This is going to help you be able to show up and provide. I promise you. It helps you do what in the end? It helps you create content, products, and services that they need. It goes down in the conversations, just like we said, it goes down in the DM, right? Take that thing seriously. Building effective conversations um, will help you truly address three other key areas. And I kind of believe I sprinkled them out a moment ago. It helps you effectively address your client's needs or your prospective client's needs. That's why conversation is so key and so vitally important. It helps you address their concerns. And third, it helps you deal with the pain points or see the pain points so that you can effectively provide good, solid solutions. To me, I consider it as a business strategist, understanding communications and conversations is so key. It's a strategic approach. It's true strategic approach. It helps me when I understand who I'm dealing with. They know that I'm just not here for the sale, even though I'm in business, and that I'm truly concerned with their needs, concerned with helping them address whatever problems they have, concerned with helping them put their business on rinse and repeat. It's a strategic approach for me. It allows me to simplify and streamline my sales processes. I ain't got time to work hard. I like to work smart. Let's go ahead and find out what the needs are so I can address those needs instead of trying to figure out what the needs are. People will tell you. You just got to put that listening ear on. And then in the communications, make sure that you address that. Don't be so quick to rush to the sale. When you address those key elements, the sale is going to come. That takes us to the next phase here, and that's conversions, which is the third core component, in my opinion. Conversions is so key, right? For me, why am I in business? I'm in business to help other people, but I'm also in business to turn them into a client, which does what in the end? It makes your bank account go cha-ching, y'all. We're in business to make money. Don't let people make you feel bad about that, right? So by creating a streamlined sales process and delivering that high quality product or service, you can build customer loyalty and satisfaction, leading them to a repeat type of customer. So when we think about conversions are all about delivering on what? The promise that you had, turning them again from the perspective or potential customer into a paying customer. So I've met the need, I've set clear expectations, we're building the trust, and you're establishing yourself as the expert by doing all these key things. It converts. It converts. So, as a business system strategist, generally speaking, my first point of contact with people generally happens at a strategy session. Okay. So we'll have a 20-minute strategy session where we get down to the nitty gritty. We talk, we communicate about what it is that they're dealing with. I'm able to spot right off the rip what problems they're having just by the questionnaire that they fill out before we have the strategy session. Doing that allows me to position myself to be able to meet the need of the customer, but also it positions me to already be in front of how I can possibly convert this customer from a potential customer into a paying, convert the person from a potential customer into a paying customer, because I know now what their needs are. We speak to the core components, the core problems that they're having, and now I position myself to be able to convert them. Now, a lot of the women that I deal with are established women in business. They know what they need, but they're not quite sure how to execute or how to go from point A, pardon me, to B, C, all the way to the end of the alphabet, right? So, as a strategist, I also added a secondary component to my business, which is digital CEO systems. It's a tool that is used to help those overwhelmed women in business or people that are not overwhelmed put their business on rinse and repeat instead of stop and start. Pardon me. So I started showing you the example as a business strategist. I not only work with you to go from overwhelmed to simplifying, automating, systematizing, and streamlining your business. With digital CEO systems, I walk you through truly putting the business on rinse and repeat by utilizing certain things. I work with them on the implementation process. That can be something as simple as walking them through an onboarding process, an offboarding process. For some people that don't need that, I work with them on like the office hours help. What do they need to utilize, or how can they utilize digital CEO systems, since it's a product that I'm offering them right now, coupled with we've identified their areas that they struggle with. Now I have a solution, not only from the mouth to their ear, of certain processes we can put in place, but I got a tool that I can help them now, right? With really exercising and putting the business on rinse and repeat. So, holding their hand, walking them through something as simple as how to set up a landing page, showing them how they can save their money and utilizing a one all-in-one platform as opposed to having to go to Dubsado, having to go over here to Asana. Although those are good platforms, but quite often an overwhelmed woman is overwhelmed because she's all over the place. I help hone her into one spot. Then we identify the issues. And then I graduated her to what? Digital CEO systems, where I can really peel back the onion layer and help her. I'm still in that helping mode, right? I'm still communicating. And now we're really in real conversion mode, because now she sees that I'm just not about the money. I have something, I have a solution that can help her make money as well as myself. If your email campaigns are together, if your landing pages are together, if you got a place to deal with your social media, and you can shoot out and schedule all your stuff from one spot instead of having to go to Instagram and LinkedIn and all these different places. If you can have one place to communicate, utilizing our conversations piece on digital CEO systems to communicate with people, this makes them just like feel like I'm in one spot. I ain't got to hop all the way around. True conversion, because I've solved a problem and I've given them a solution. I'm holding their hand at the same time. But I want to make sure you understand, when you deal with converting a customer in whatever level you're moving them from to, that you still got to have boundaries in there. Okay. Yes, you're here to assist them. And yes, you're here to make money. Let's be real. That's why we're in business. But boundaries are going to be extremely important. With digital CEO systems, I do my office hours, I do videos, I do all these different things. But oftentimes we get some customers that technically really want you to do all the work for them. You got to make sure that the expectations are lined up correctly. If they want you to do the work for them, they got to pay for it. Make sure that you have another area to convert them to in that. Make sure that you have more services that you can provide with the cost structure behind it, with the price point behind it. If you don't establish that stuff up front, you are going to find that you will be frustrated, and so will the customers, because for whatever reason, just because they bought your product, they feel as though you're supposed to do the work. Have all that stuff outlined up front so everyone has all the expectations, and you all can keep that relationship going, keep the relationship building. They will begin to refer you to other people, but those expectations and boundaries in the conversion process needs to be addressed up front so that everybody is on the same page. But having it where you are there to assist them is also just going to continue to elevate the relationship, build the relationship. Most people that are on the digital CEO systems with me, after we've had the sales piece and the strategy piece and all of that, they know that I'm there. I have their best interest at heart, but they also respect the fact that I'm doing other stuff. But I was able to take them from this point, move them to the next point. In a nutshell, it didn't stop just at the strategy piece. Everything that we do in business, it should build. You should never want it to be just a hardcore stopping point. You need to want to have it where you know it's going to continue to grow. One, if you just stop at the strategy session on my piece and that's it, if they don't sign up for any of my other programs, if they don't come back for a master class or a workshop, then that's all I had to give them. I'm out of business. You have to continue to filter them, for lack of better words, into other segments of the business, right? Or definitely, if you do get to a point where you're at the offboarding piece, there still should be some sort of follow up. The follow up may convert them back into another program. There's a method to the madness, y'all. It really, truly is. And I believe that the sales equation is definitely one that will help you follow that method to the madness and make it more a method with ease instead of stress. Again, all about putting the business on rinse and repeat. Now, conversion again is all about delivering on the promise made during the conversations, aka the communications piece, and turning that potential customer into a paying client. Now, the fourth one that I want to talk about, the fourth element of the four core components of the sales equation is delivery. And that just kind of falls right off of what I just talked about. Delivery is all about fulfilling your promise and providing that great customer experience, the best customer journey through whatever the process is. It's all about that. Because if the customer's experience is not a good experience, it doesn't look good for you. Now, again, you're going to have some people that you just can't please, and you can't be concerned about that. But if you make sure that you have things outlined well and things are together and the customer experience is on point because you're delivering on the product or the service that you promised in the conversations, in the sales conversations that you were having, listen, it's going to be just a win-win situation for you. It really, truly is. So when I think about delivery, I think about a real uncomfortable situation that a very close person of mine, a personal person to me in my life, had when I connected her with someone else that I met out on Clubhouse. Now, the person that I met on Clubhouse, was just very well gifted with saying things and telling you different things and ideation and all these other good things, but her delivery sucked, right? Or it may not have necessarily been to her delivery all the way. It may have been because she lacked explaining the expectations up front that her delivery bombed and failed because now the customer, the client, was expecting things that she shouldn't have been expecting, expectations, right? So when we think about delivery, we need to make sure in our delivery process that we, one, give exceptional value, but that we have boundaries and that everyone understands the expectation on the delivery piece, right? Because again, it's about fulfilling that promise. But also at the same time, you fulfilled the promise. Now you got the customer wanting to do more work for you. That's all good. Make sure you got another price point together. Make sure you got that price, that those next steps outlined if they are expecting for you to do it for you, done for you services, right? Instead of done or done with you services. Make sure you put a price point on it. Because again, if you outline it the correct way and you think about the delivery process, we want to show up and deliver. Nobody wants to. I don't think anybody intentionally wants to bomb. But what you don't want as a business owner is to allow people to manipulate you into doing things that wasn't in that agreement. So when you think about delivery again, make sure that you have outlined everything, that everyone is on the same page, expectations, and that boundaries are put in place. And when you have those key things in place, you can provide the exceptional value. You can make sure that customer experience is on point because it needs to be, right? And why? Because y'all is going to help increase the satisfaction. It really is. And all in all, it is truly going to build that loyal customer base. It's going to give you tons of referrals. And why? Is because you decided that you understand the importance of each element that I explained and that you're walking it through. Putting your business on rinse and repeat. The sales equation will help you do just that. By focusing on building strong relationships with the potential customers, you can reduce overwhelm, build a great, phenomenal customer base, and move forward with just constant money coming in and out of your account while pleasing your customer, while taking care of their needs. It can be done. It really can. So, just as a recap, the sales equation consists of four core components, y'all. First one is lead magnet. Lead magnet can be a paid or freebie. Make sure it's valuable, even if it's free. I'm giving you value, and that's what you need to give. The second core element is conversations. It's all about the conversations. It goes down in the DM, it goes down from your mouth to their ears, whether it's in a DM, whether it's in your email, whether it's at an open networking function. Conversations, aka communications, is valuable. When you have good conversations and your communications is key, it will flow right into the next core one, and that's conversion. It's time to convert them. But when you begin to convert, you need to make sure in the conversion process that you've given something of value. Conversion is all about delivering on the promise. You got to do it, which brings us to that fourth core component, the delivery in itself. Okay. Whether you're delivering a product or a service, it's still fulfilling the promise that you had in the conversation, which does what? It provides that great customer experience. And that's what it should be about. I'm all about giving the best customer experience, and so should you. But remember, as you're dripping out this, as you're addressing it and dealing with these four core components, which equal success in the end, you still need to make sure that you have those expectations outlined and that you have boundaries. In every sales process, boundaries are there. When you go into a place to purchase a car, there's boundaries. Sales rep can give you different things, but there's a stopping point. There's only but so far they'll go, right? Gives me the expectations and the boundaries right up front. Nothing should be a mystery. It all should be up front. That way you can continue to develop and build lasting relationships. The customer has been taken care of, and you, the provider of the product or service, is also taken care of. I want to thank you so much for joining me here, of course, on Let's Talk Strategies with Danette Moss. And I want you to know that I am here every Tuesday. If you're not just getting me, you're getting me along with other people that will come to this platform and provide something of value that you can use in your business right away. But you have to take the action. I'm excited about being here on the 360 TV platform and Limelight TV as well, and being able to share Let's Talk Strategies TV with you all, because it's all about helping you go from overwhelm to simplifying, automating, systematizing, and streamlining your business. If you don't know, y'all, I'm all about helping you get your sass on in your business, sassy lady, because I really truly believe that every woman needs a little sass in her life. If you don't have sass in your business will not work. Take that simplified approach. Don't overcomplicate it. Automate that business. Put some systems in place and streamline it so that you can go ahead and make that bank account go cha-ching. Thanks so much for joining me. Looking forward to helping you and seeing you on next Tuesday. You never know who you might see, but I do promise you one thing. Whoever it is that she or he is that's going to be on this Let's Talk Strategies platform, they are going to bring you something of value that you will be able to take your business to the next level. Thanks for joining.